Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to Astro Colony. So, last time we left off here, the only thing I did is of course built this floor up over here. I haven't done anything on this side because I'm not sure how we're gonna handle this yet, so I'm just gonna leave it open. And I did add this one, because making these floors, it costs so many of these iron plates. You see on the top left I have 116 now, but I don't know how many hundreds I used. So, what I did is I set up a splitter here, and it's just 1-to-1. So one goes this way, one goes this way, and then every one of these, perfect timing. We're gonna see 2 plates come out here in a second. And if I'm still have power, there we go. And then they also go into here, and this is everything that I stored. Now, some of these things here are from things that I dismantled. I think the floors or something, foundations maybe, I'm not sure. And I don't have anything in my inventory right now. So, one thing I wanted to mention is that even if you have the materials in here and it says you can directly craft with them, or build, I should say, sorry, that doesn't mean that you have access to it, for example, in the laboratory, right? So if I want to get more of these research points, you guys see I cannot click on anything here. I need to put these in manually, and I did. And I saved up 32 that we're going to need right now, because I have a big problem here. I asked in Discord, there's no way yet to set these to, prioritize a material. And what I need is carbon. All of these are out. I disabled this splitter here, so only these 3 are fed, and I still cannot keep up. Yes, we're not running at 100% power because I'm only making 30 and it needs 53. So for example, right there, these only run at 56%. And I checked, like, if I turn it off, only 61%. So I would have to turn off, like, 3 of them to have one run at 100%, right? But I have tons of the other materials. I mean, lots. And I, like I said, used a lot of the iron. So this is not sustainable. I can't get enough carbon. I know there's carbon on this island, for example. If we open the map and zoom out, and I think it is this one. Right, and it shows me here carbon 4,500, and it shows you all the materials on there. These are all that are currently discovered, right? And like this one has a lot of carbon and so on. I think only one of them is different. It doesn't have one material. This one right here that has only 6 materials. Well, all the other ones have 7. I think it's the aluminum is missing on that one. But anyway, I'm gonna go to that white one first. So, but like I said, I can't really continue doing anything until we get different power. And the way I look at things here, which is really convenient, is... Where is it at? Utility. There we go. So we have the carbon reactor. Then the next one, I guess, is solar panels. And then nuclear reactor and a battery, energy transmitter and receiver. So it looks like kind of like wireless power, I guess. You know, I'm guessing there's a laser or something happening. And then fusion reactor. But I want to unlock these solar panels and see. I don't know. I've never seen night, so hopefully it will always just work, right? And I need free power, right? Because the other thing is also we need carbon to make hydrogen. And what was the other thing? These right here. These iron rods, right? And I just sometimes take something out of here. I'm down to 77, so if I don't do something soon, I just put 5 into each of these just before I started recording. And like I said, yeah, it just can't keep up. I need more power. So, looking at this here, the solar energy is in reach. And I just need to unlock these parts here. I'm not sure. Oh, that's gears and electronic parts, and then we can get the solar energy, and then it costs me 12 here and 20 there, and that's why I have 32. So now we have solar energy unlocked, and I just want to see what this does. And it looks like we need, in order to build them, I don't know. There we go. Yeah, it takes 3 gold wire, and 1 gold wire comes from 1. I think that's a gold. It must be gold plate, right? So let's see. Oh, and another thing I found out I did not know. Check it out. When you look in your inventory, and for example, when we make iron ingots, right? You guys see it takes... Why does it show 4 there, but 2 here? I'm not sure why it shows 4 there. Because in the smelter, if you check the same, you see this number only shows 3, but here again it shows 4. Oh, but we get 2 ingots. Wait, do we get the same? I just feel like, yeah, okay. So 2 ore make 1 ingot, and then the smelter, 3 ore make 2 ingots. So you get more bang for your buck. So, yeah, we could have saved materials if I would have set this up earlier, right? But at least we know now. Now let's check here real quick. And I'm going to put, I don't need you right here, so I'm going to put this there. And it just takes gold wire. And now let's see, is this crafted? So the gold plates are in here. Yeah. And then the wires? Oh, in the constructor maybe? So I can make in the constructor gold plates. And in the manufacturer, gold plates. Sorry. Yeah, no, this is also a constructor. I never made a manufacturer, did I? No. So how do you know what you craft something with? Not in here, J. So I want gold wire. Where's the gold wire? Here. Okay, but let's go ahead and just make some gold wire. And I thought it was 3, so let's go ahead and split this and just make 30. 30. Split, take this with me. And I'm wondering if I should put down a manufacturer first. Let's just go here. So that's 1, 8 seconds for 1. And nothing in here. Okay, I'll just do it in here. And let's do max. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to put more carbon over here. But how do I find out? Where is this manufacturer? Hydrogenerator, laboratory, constructor, manufacturer. Okay. Okay, I thought this was gonna be much bigger. And I'm gonna put that... I need that extra smelter over there. I didn't break... Oh, another thing I found out, by the way, if you keep pressing space, you just keep going up. And I don't have jetpack mode on now, so that's pretty cool. You don't need to put on jetpack mode just to get up to this other floor here. That's really convenient. Where am I gonna put you here? I think... let's put it over here. And... do I have close power here somewhere? I'm just gonna put it here for right now. That's fine. And let's go ahead and break this and that. And get this powered up so I can maybe use this. Okay. Alright, more power usage. Okay, so what do you hold in store for me? There it is. Okay. I had to put more carbon in. But now we got enough for 2 solar panels. Now the question is, where do I want this? Because if they work, I'm going to have a field of them. Well, let's see how big they are. Oh, tiny. Oh, they are tiny. Where am I going to put these? Maybe right here. Because it's on the top floor. Let's just do it. So I'm going to put one like this. And then one like this. And now, can I see here? Production 1. Okay. State none. Network 0. Okay. Guessing they're just not working because they're not hooked up. Alright. So, bam. Right there. And then how are we going to go about going down to hook into our normal network? Maybe right there, next to this corner. No, actually right here. This is where I want it. Okay, let's just go ahead and clear this out. And bring it up there. And one more right there. Okay. So now that is hooked in and... Okay, yes, I still need to put it onto my network. What am I doing? I can't just run it down there. It's got to go further. Right there. Okay. Now I'm hooked into the network. So now I can just spend some time and maybe, you know, get more gold and go after more solar panels. And yeah. Wow. So I'm curious here. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. If I make this symmetrical. So I would make 22 right here. Just from solar. But my worry is still... Hey, I don't think there is a night. I'm not sure, but if that's true, that means I'm just gonna make a field of these. Because free power, all my worries would be gone, because then I can use all the carbon for hydrogen and the rods, and we can redo our setup down here a little bit. And then possibly remove all these carbon generators. And move the smelters over here first. So the materials come and get smelted right away. And then after that, maybe put a couple of constructors, something like that. We'll see. But that is good. So I'm going to spend some time here and just making gold wire. And how much gold do I have left? I'm just going to go crazy, guys. I'm just going to go and take 60 out. So I'm going to keep 7. Because if I need gold in a hurry, I can always fly out and get some. But I really want to get solar panels, as many as I can. Okay, so I'm going to be busy with this. And then let's check in with you when all these solar panels are set up. I think I have exactly enough to... There we go. All right, so there is 60 solar panels now. I decided not to... I removed it and put it through the recycler to get the materials back because I don't know. I wanted to have something different. And I didn't want it to stick up so we can, for example... If I wanted to, I don't know if I'm going to maybe just expand this whole side. But then I could make a ring around it like this so we can still walk around. And I don't know, I just... Oh, man. I built it. I didn't want to do that. It's okay. Let's just remove it and I throw it back into the recycler. You don't... On these little things, you don't lose anything, I think. And in order to build down, I had to put one of these blocks... Another one, and I kind of wanted to keep with this block, even though it costs, what is it called? I think it costs like electronic parts or something. There it is. Yeah, rods, and those might be screws. Yes, screws, okay. So it's not something that we're making yet, but I only needed a few, and I made it symmetrical. And you guys see all the red parts are all machines I turned off. So you just go up to them and turn them off or on right there. Because I wanted to get through this. And now that I have the solar power, I think I'm going to be fine. Because now we have 60 power coming from that. So, yeah, 90. Because I'm still getting 10, 10, and 10 there. So I can tear all this down. And for now, just push... Actually, I'm going to do that right now. We're going to go 0 here. So all the carbon for now just goes into that box. Let's watch it. 1 and the next one should go as well. Okay, good. Of course, I could have used the pusher, but the splitter is already in place there. So now I can tear all this down here. And get rid of it because I honestly, this is not sustainable. Not at all. And then I can turn on all the machines. And then I do want to move these smelters over here. So, you know, it comes right out of these things. I'll probably run the conveyor differently instead of getting split here. But we'll see that in a second. I'm just going to go ahead and tear it all down. And I'm doing good on all the others. How do I see that? Only clicking here now. Yes, I mean, I have plenty of stuff, just no gold. But there might be some sitting in here. Okay, so there's some sitting in here. And, how do I do that? Just break this one right here. And done. And now everything is just gonna back up and these things are gonna stop. And then I can take my time moving everything. But I want to get all of this processed so the machines are empty. And then, yeah, we rebuilt a little bit. And I still want to get... That's why I want to get to the hydrogen. Because I think that the hydrogen is used for the thrusters. Let's see here for a second. Engines. And that gives us electric thrusters. They cost 4 hydrogen to make. They say electric thrusters, so maybe they... Oh, just to build, we need hydrogen. I don't know. We'll need to see. Yeah. I could check right now. If I just get one out, we should see the... If it has an electricity connector, yes. Oh, these are cute. It's so small. I figured it's going to be big old thrusters there, but no. Okay, so let me tear everything down and probably gonna run everything to the recycler that I'm picking up right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark these. And there's something I wanted to test anyway because I never paid attention. These should still have a few carbon in them. Okay. And I have no carbon on me. So what happens when I delete it? Do I get the carbon back? Or is that lost? Nope, I got the carbon back. Very nice. Okay, so you don't lose anything. Everything is torn down. I really did a big cleanup job here. Removed everything that was over here, but the recycler and this wire I just left here for now. And close this off. Also removed the asteroid catchers because I might want to put them over here or somewhere else. I am not sure yet. But my goal was to get up here today, right? So I'm glad we got free power, 60 power units, whatever that is from that. And I made this right here, the hydro generator. And you just hook it up to water and then I put carbon in it. And that made me these things right here. Hydrogen tank. Okay, so it's quite inexpensive to make these thrusters. And I was reading a little bit through this guidebook right here under thrusters and understand a little bit more, but we'll see. The one thing I know is that they automatically push when they're on in whatever direction they're going. And I don't know how many we're going to need, if it's 1 or more, but I just calculated for 5 in each direction for now. I do not know up and down thrust, but the guidebook didn't say anything, and you can just move the slider. So we'll have to play around with that, but thrusters right there. Let's go ahead and set those up and then see how we're going to do that. So I want to have 5 facing this way. 5 facing this way. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to remove this cable here and do that differently. We'll figure that out in a second. Maybe I come from underneath. And then I wanted to have 5 this way. And 5 this way. And I decided up here in the middle. That's why I built this little thing. You know, if we ever need to go higher with another platform, then we'll figure it out. They are cheap to make, so I can always remove them. But I wanted a place where I can really see, like, in all directions. Because this platform is big, and then navigating it to one of these, I don't know how hard that's going to be. So now I need to somehow get this wire there, and this bugs me. Maybe I'll just... Sorry, remove this for a second. And then go back and go... to there. Like that. And like that. And now... Alright, they all kicked in, but we should not be moving. Can't tell. I don't think we're moving. Okay. So, they're all running. So let's just go here and let's go and say this one. And I also read about this button here. So when I say... no power and click on there, it turns all the connected ones off. And look at this, we're going instantly. Whoa. Okay. This there, and I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we're gonna be flying with 5 thrusters, but still, it's scary. Okay. And we're stopped again. Okay, so I want to go up first. I want to see how that works. And let's see here. If I say just up and then say thrust and copy. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. That nice. Okay, I was worried about up and down thrusters because then I would have had to add those. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take us to get up there. Okay, and then at the same time, I guess we can go this direction a little bit. Why not? We can do 2 directions. I like how you stay hovering with the gravity of the station. That, you know, otherwise, you know, you would flow away there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. And then the other thing is, and I guess... No, you know what? We're going to... I don't want to not pay attention and all of a sudden I overshoot my target a lot. I guess we can do it while... Because I don't think it's going to be very exciting, me getting up there, inching my way to it. So now we're just going up. Okay. So there's the other thing that I wanted to build that we have already unlocked in, I think, day 1. This thing right here. System to connect space, colony, and planets to each other. It is also required for astronaut arrivals. And we have the materials, and I don't know. Oh, look at that. It shows you can only place it on the edge. Wait, so I cannot place it down? I can. I was just not close enough. So, is this the middle? Can I rotate this? No. And only snaps to the edge. Well, let's do it. Where's the island? Okay, there it is. So what are you here? Dock. Call astronauts. Requires call technology, human human migration. Okay, so I guess I don't have the lab set up, so we cannot morph these science points, and I need those, I think, right? For human migration. Yes, I need... No, I don't. Bam. Done. Might as well unlock this. And I guess that's the last thing that only costs basic science. Okay, so what do we do? Just do hydration. And that. So is that now not grayed out anymore? Okay, I'm getting up there. Yes, so I can call astronaut. I don't want to do that right now because I have no idea if they need food or, you know, call one and then they die or something. Let's get up here. And I think I'm going to leave it at this for now with the height. And let's inch our way that way. Yes. I'd rather get closer and then... Because I have no idea the scale. You know what I mean? I just noticed that Frank here is telling me we need to prepare food supplies to feed future astronauts. Dig quartz on a planet by destroying rocks or mine directly from the ground. So, I wasn't off. We do need something before we can get astronauts. But, do you have any other messages? You're now ready to discover planets. Check the magnets using electric thrusters. Yes. Anything else? It's astronauts arrive when you call them through the docking station. Okay. So, go back to sleep, Frank. Now, I do hope that during the development that this is gonna get a little easier, that maybe like have a chair and, you know, you can use WASD kind of thing. That would be great. But what I wanted to try here is, because there's this option here called autopilot, right? So I was thinking if I can possibly like click on this on the map and then say target. Yes, that's the only thing. Forget previously modified object, minimum distance 5 kilometers. Okay. Find yourself. I'm right there. All right, so I got it marked. And now if I go here and say autopilot on, red to all, and then it's switched off. What? Autopilot on. Can we go faster? Autopilot on. What? What is happening? Give it some thrust, it turns it off. North 185, 0 west, and I turn it on, it all goes to 0. I wonder now if these docking stations, because it says to connect to a planet, we're gonna need some kind of a receiving end up there. And once you have that set up, then you can maybe set the autopilot to go to other islands. Or I also saw, by the way, we don't have it unlocked yet, but it is under floors, I think. Yeah, right there. A colony origin. It's the same as it's underneath the flag down there. Underneath it, let me show you. I might have shown it before, but I don't remember. Right there. You cannot break these blocks. They're the colony origin, the 3x3. So I wonder if we can have other stations, or maybe this is something for the future, like multiplayer. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe then it is... then maybe, you know, if we have a docking station or something, it's not intuitive what the autopilot is supposed to do. Maybe it's not even implemented yet. I have no idea. Because, I mean, we're still in the beta. Even though this is a demo. But anyway, so let's go ahead and turn these on and get closer. And yeah, like I said, when I got this docking station here, somewhat like at the top edge of this island, then we'll see what this looks like. Once you get closer, only one thruster. Looks like you're moving really fast. Oh, stop. Let me down, asteroid. Oh my god, let me click this. Stop. Oh, did I just run into it? Oh, I did, I think. Oh, that was scary. I thought that maybe I'll break something. Okay, let's go back like just, like 1, 2. Okay, am I far enough away now? I think I am. And I guess maybe because you know, if I need to build another one of these, or I'm guessing so. Well, actually, you know what? Let's dock. No matching opposite dock found. Okay, well, there's my explanation. So if I... kind of want it to be here. But I don't know if it's gonna... Let's try it. We got nothing to lose. What, what's going on? Do I have materials? I do. Exploration visit planet. I guess, you know what? We'll worry about this in a second. Let's look around. Okay, what do we got here? We got iron. That looks like that stuff it told us to collect. Let's do that. There's a grid. Whoa. Whoa, one hit. Left extract. Right fill. Wow, just one click. I'm not complaining. That's gonna make landscaping very easy. But you guys see how not enough dirt. So if I break this, is this gonna come in the same height than this? It looks like that these points are the same level. So if I want to have a nice entrance or something, maybe that's what I need to do here. But we'll look in a second. What I wanted to do is unlock scanning. I just put down the laboratory again, just to get these 4 research points here, because I wanted to get this scanning. Because, what is the button here? C, I think. Yes. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in the ground. Carbon ore, 196. Okay. Copper, iron. I mean, I can tell on the map. I'm guessing that green stuff over there is gold. Ooh, I just saw something green. There it is. That's uranium. I'm guess uranium deposit. Okay. And then what is this here? Ooh, ice. Okay. Now, if I fill this, is it not enough dirt? Okay, so it's not putting ice back in here. All right. And what happens if we break just one of these things here? It looks like, what is that? Quartz? Yes. That gives us quartz with a teeth. Ooh, I thought there's maybe a cave. What is this? The same. And boom. Okay. So we got some quartz. Oh, it tells us what? Generate hydrotonic. Okay. That's... I think I saw that in the... What was it called? Hydration here. Yeah, I think that thing right there. And there's a dining stand and a canteen. So I'm guessing that has to do with the astronauts. Like you need to feed them. Right, something like that. What is this here? Is this also ice? Okay. And what are you? Titanium. Okay. That kind of looked like titanium too, the color, but it could also have been iron. All right, and then there's one more thing I want to check out real quick. Where's the ship? There it is. I wanted to go underneath and just see what it looks like. Now, if we scan here... Wow, look at that. Oh, you see that? It looks like it's on a grid. That's pretty cool. I mean, you know, you gotta generate this stuff somehow, so... There's one of them, but that's ice. I'm pretty sure that's not cobalt, right? Yeah, it's ice. I saw the symbol. Okay, so now let's go over here and figure out if I can get this working. The stocking part. So why can I not place one of you? Where is it? Let me put that here. I have the materials. Oh, yes, like I said, maybe I just need to make it flush. Okay, so if I dig all this up, and let's just go a couple of in. Because then this would all have the same height. Wow. I mean, compared to like other games, I can't break this, I bet, because of this rock right here. Oh, one more thing I want to test also. Okay, so that bush goes away. Does it come back? No. All right, okay. And a little bit more. Now, is this big enough? I'm going to have to... That? Wow. Okay. But my thing is that I want it to be... Nah, I'll just leave it at this height. Let's just go put it down. Let's just see what's up. And... Oh, up there I could have placed it. I did not... Did you guys see those green marks? I didn't. Alright, let's put it here. And... What do you say? Dock. Whoa! Okay. Wow, just a hair over here. Perfect. Now let's check this out. So what is this? What? Line 1 in, out. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? So now, oh, I gotta test this. Undock. Conveyors are gone. Dock. Okay, so it does not remember what you had set up. So if you have automatic stuff coming on here, when you redock, you need to set that up again. Okay. That's pretty neat. Looks really cool, that model. And I wonder if that's like the maximum distance it can cover. Okay, so... Now, there's other things here that I don't know, like with the robotics. A robot assembler, and they need a lot of plates. So I think we're just at a point. Transport request function, okay. And then here's mining. We can make a mine and a mining drone. I can make those rods. And I don't know what that is. If that is that electronics? Or something? No, under J, sorry. This right here. Yeah, electronics. Okay, so we could make that too. But honestly, I need to set up our automation again now. Now that I have the free power. Because I do want to get the gold going and everything. But like I said, let's see here real quick. I forgot again how big those were. The mining right there, asteroid catchers. Oh, I can put at least 2 on each side here. And then I just want to make it so like if we put this one here, give myself that 1 extra space there for power. Okay, let's just do it. So we'll do this, and then this one here, I just have to bring the power to the other side, but then they're facing the opposite way. And then I have pretty much 360 degrees because they can work in 180 degrees, right? And then they both push on the same conveyor belt. I actually like that. Okay. And so this one here. How far did I have that away? 2 blocks. It should be symmetrical. So there, and then turn this one around like this. And that should work. So now that I don't need to worry about carbon anymore. Yeah, they are the same. I don't want to set up the same thing on camera that I did last time. So I'm going to set up the smelters and stuff over here. I'm going to remove these things, all of them. And then just get the ore processing going. Yeah, I'm just going to set this up because we just did it last episode and I'm just rearranging it. It's going to be the same process. A little change in plans, guys. I think we're going to end the episode here, but I wanted to address something. Everything here is red because I turn it off so nothing gets produced right now. And just these two come out, merge together onto this belt that goes all the way down. All these asteroids are in my way, and joined by these two. It goes here, then there, and then it goes down this main smelting line right there. And over here, I put a drop-off box. So if I mine anything by hand or have any raw resources on me, I can put them in here, and then they also just go into our, regular production. And then this conveyor here, eventually is going to be coming from over there. Probably next episode, I want to tackle this. And then it's just going to go down here and join this. So whatever comes in from there and so on. And I have 6 of them. This one here is set to iron, copper, gold, aluminum, uranium, and platinum. I think that's platinum, right? Max 5 reached or duplicate. Okay. What are you called? Titanium, not platinum. Okay. Wanted to make sure I got that right. And I couldn't figure out where my power is going, right? Like right now, I'm using 72 of 60, but everything is turned off. The thrusters, even if they're not on, they take power. So I'm just going to break this cable. But why I said change in plans is because I'm currently handcrafting a ton of plates. Right? Because the idea is that all the ingots come in here. So ice, carbon, and whatever else we're going to get is going to come down here and then get processed or used for something else. But the ingots all come down here and merge onto the same one. And then, for example, right here, I want to split off 2 iron this way and 1 that way. That ingot that goes that way just goes to storage, for example. But then 2 ingots go back this way to 1 get into... No, 2 of them, both of them, turn into plates. And then I will split the plates. 1 plate goes back on this belt into our system, into the warehouse. And the other plate is then get used to make the iron rods here. Right? So that means once the stuff comes down here, I have to split up 2 iron and 1 carbon going this way. And then that should return me 1 plate into the system and 1 rod. Right? And then I'll probably maybe do 3 iron or something like that. So I can also make the thing here. Oh, these are made out of plates. Okay. So I need to send 3, make 3 plates, 1 to the system, 1 for wire, and 1 for the rods. Right? And then I'm going to send, I guess, 2 copper down here. 1 for copper plates, 1 for the copper wire, and then the same for gold, and so on, right? And I figure that goes down here, and then I can have more smelters and constructors here, whichever I need. And then those items come back down here to this main bus. That's what I'm going to call it. This one conveyor here is just our main bus, right? And then I'm going to automate all the other things. But like I said, I need to get resources together first. But before I disconnect this here to the end of the episode now, I wanted to see if we can move, because I think we can move when we're docked to an island. And I just want to know. I mean, let's go. And let's go upwards because, yeah, look at this. We are moving with this island in tow. I've heard about it. No, actually, I didn't hear about it. I saw it in screenshots that people had multiple. Like, they have another docking station, like on the other end, and have another island hooked up to that and stuff. That is really amazing, okay? I love it. I wonder how it gets with lag after a while when you tow around this much mass, but who knows? But for now, there's no reason for me to move around, so I'm just going to stop here. And let's put this back in the middle, turn it off, and copy it all. And I'm going to break... I think I'm just going to break this end wire here. There we go. Now they're all off, and now if I check my power consumption, I'm at 12 of 60. And the 12 are over here, plus the what's this called? Recycler. There we go. Yes, and I covered everything with the plates when cables come up and so on. But anyway, so I'm going to get a bunch of stuff prepared for next episode. I'm going to try to figure out the best logic and so on. But I want all these things, plates, rods, all the different wires, and so on, automated. Because the more gold wire we make, the more solar panels I can add, right? So yeah, anyways, I'm loving this. This is so cool that we can dock here, and I'm looking forward to... We're not moving anymore, right? Why is there still... Well, I guess they're just flying into it. I can't wait to get started with this, set up miners and all that stuff here to get us resources, because there's lots of them. But I have no idea how they work. And then maybe we'll dab into some of the villager stuff, and I'm probably also going to make this square, this top floor. Okay, I don't really care that it needs to match underneath. This is gonna be a crazy big base eventually, I'm sure. I also want to move this over there, but I don't know where yet. Anyways, you guys know the plan, and I got lots of crafting to do and so on. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys so much for watching. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.